It is my pleasure again to introduce to you Ms. Ann Catherine Corbett.
Thank you, Mr. Matheny. My friends and my classmates, we've made it. Parents and teachers, thank you. What an extraordinary class this is. Among us, there are ingenious artists, painters, musicians, dancers, actors, photographers, writers. If you just looked around the hallways at our school, you would see stunning photographs and artwork. This class also has remarkable athletes who, through their practice and hard work, unite the student body in cheers at the games and make us proud on the track. There are people in this class who are the best kinds of friends anyone could ask for. Those people who are happy and proud for others, who know how to laugh and cry with others, who know how to make everything better. There are students here who are true leaders and who know how to bring people together under a common cause. There are great mathematicians, scientists, and philosophers in our midst. There are people whose smiles and jokes and stories can light up this entire arena. There are people in this class whom I have watched break the social barriers that too often imprison the typical high school. And there are characters in this class, without whom our class would simply not be the same. We are a class of very unique individuals, but I would say we make a pretty good group when we all come together. Now is the time to celebrate each other's accomplishments and personalities, to celebrate friendship, to celebrate the creativity, the hard work, and the good character that make up this class of 2010. Yes, celebrate. And while we are celebrating these past 13 years, also think of the wonderful things to come, the new friendships to be made, the dreams that we will fulfill, the adventures we will take. Embrace this wonderful time in our lives when we can look back with such fond memories and look forward with such hope and anticipation. It truly is a joyful time. However, we must also recognize the fact that not everything to come will be joyful. Though we do have fond memories of these past 4 years, if there is one thing that each of us has learned from high school, it is that bad things happen. Hardships arise. Tragedy occurs. We learn about it in history. We discuss it in literature. We read about it in the news. We see it happen to our friends. We experience it ourselves. These past few years, many of our families faced financial struggles. Many of us have had to face sickness and death among our family and friends. Just this year, many of us lost 2 teachers that meant the world to us. There have been times these past few years when each of us has felt lonely or abandoned. Life does not always go our way. The future is bright, but not completely bright. In fact, some speculate that the future of America is pretty dim. But if high school has taught us that bad things happen, it has also taught us that we can get through them, for here we are today. Perhaps perseverance is the greatest lesson we have received from high school. Let us remember that lesson, for we must realize that in the future, whatever trials beset us, and whatever trials beset our nation and our world, we have to face them. We cannot give in to them. We cannot let them break us. And more importantly, we cannot allow ourselves to become apathetic and attempt to avoid or ignore them. My charge to this class of 2010 is this: live lives that nurture habits that will allow you to face the hardships with strength and courage, with intelligence, with creativity and ingenuity. Face the grief in ways no one has faced it before, and maybe we can change something about the source of the grief itself. In fact, do not always wait for the troubles to come to you. Recognize those troubles that haunt others. Recognize cases of oppression and persecution and injustice, and do something about it. As we are all aware, our generation is often accused of being lazy, of not caring about the issues that pervade this world. Maybe there will come a generation that is so apathetic it lets the world fall around it. But we are not that generation. We cannot be that generation. With all the gifts this class possesses, the gifts I named at the beginning, we have the ability and the strength to face the problems of this world and to do something about them. As we graduate from high school, we are becoming more vulnerable to hardship and more aware of the troubles facing our nation and people all over the globe. Life is good, but life is hard. Life is hard, but life is good. Let's face the storm, because it's worth it. Let's face the storm for each other, for our loved ones, and for the good that is in the world. Class of 2010, let's fight the good fight with every ounce of our being.